meanings behind it. So you have kaf lamed, Sefer Etmuna says it's actually a kaf and a vav. Kaf and a vav. Right, and so the letter samech has a value of 60, which again emphasizes its cyclical nature, because we do everything when it comes to time and cycles. We all have 60s, right? 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 360 degrees. It's all multiples of 60. So samech again has that cyclical nature. It happens to be a circle, and it happens to have a gematria of 60. But when you actually break it down, Sefer Etmuna says it's a kaf and a vav. And a kaf is 20 and a vav is 6. So it's actually 26, which is Hashem, right? Yud He Vav He is 26. So it's emphasizing again that God is really the ultimate reality. And you have an enlarged samech. King Solomon wrote this enlarged samech at the end of Kohelet, just to emphasize that actually you look deeper and there's this one reality, this Ein Sof reality, which is alluding to Hashem, the Yud He Vav He, which is 26. As an aside, there are other letters that have the same makeup. Anybody know what they are? So you have a lamed. So lamed is a kaf and a vav, but you put the vav on top of the kaf. And again, that's 26. So what does lamed mean? Lamed literally means to learn and to teach, both. Lilmod lelamed. It emphasizes the idea of learning in order to grow. Lamed is the only letter that goes above the line, right? If you have when you write inside the line, the only letter that goes up above is a lamed. Kuf is the only letter that goes down, except for the Sofit letters. And lamed is the only letter that goes up. So the lamed is like reaching up to God, because ultimately when we're learning, when we're teaching and learning, and when you teach, you learn. So you're going up to Hashem, and it's also 26. It's also for the purposes of understanding God. The mem is also a kaf, very similar to the samech. When you write a mem, just open at the bottom, right? And so you have a kaf and a vav as well. And the mem has its secrets. Mem literally means water. And water has all these mystical secrets about it. I wrote a whole book about it. So the first sefer that I wrote was all the secrets of water, all about mine. So it has very, very deep mystical meanings behind it. So you have kaf lamed, samech, lamed, mem, which are all 26. And you'll notice that they're all made up of a kaf and a vav. They all have an inner value of 26. And they spell sulam. Sulam is a ladder, like the sulam that Yaakov saw, Jacob's ladder, right? Yaakov saw this vision of the sulam going up to the heavens. You see, it's the same thing. It's emphasizing the same point of elevating up to the heavens, seeing Hashem in all things. And sulam also, the gematria of sulam, samech lamed mem, is 60, 30, and 40 is 130, which is also the gematria of the valley of Sinai, because Har Sinai was like a sulam, like a ladder to the heavens, like a stargate, like a portal to the heavens, right? We say at the revelation on Sinai, at the Sinai revelation, it's like the heavens opened up and there was like a portal that formed between the heavens and the earth. And the sages even describe Moshe as going up Sinai. His feet were on the mountain, but his head was in the heavens. So it was like a stargate, a portal, a ladder to the heavenly worlds. Yaakov saw the same thing when he was in Bethel over there. And the same, again, you see the same idea of sulam, of a heavenly ladder. And it's those same letters of samech, lamed, mem. And there's another letter that has a value of 26, which is aleph. And aleph is, we discussed this before several times, aleph is a vav on a slant, and a yud on top, and a yud on the bottom. So yud is 10, 10 is 20, and the vav is 6. So the aleph is also 26, and aleph has a plain value of 1, because again, it's emphasizing Hashem, that God is one. And it's the inner value is 26, which is actually Hashem's name. And aleph, each letter also has a meaning, is also a word, right? Aleph literally means, aluf means a master or a chief. In the Torah, when it lists the various clans and chiefs, it says aluf. Aleph means the master, and that's Hashem, who's the master of the universe. So the aleph is also signifying God. So it's 1, its plain value is 1, its inner value is 26, because it's a vav and 2 yuds. We'll come back to that in the future. We'll go through all the letters of the Hebrew alphabet and look at their mystical meanings. So back to Kohelet. A lot of the core mystical ideas of Kabbalah that we might think is we associate with the Arizal or the Zohar, it actually goes back to King Solomon. That King Solomon said it first. So that's what we want to explore. And we want to also look at some of his other, we'll look at verses from his other works, which is, what are the three things that he wrote, King Solomon? Shir HaShirim, Song of Songs, and Mishlei, Proverbs. So he wrote 3 books, Kohelet, Shir HaShirim, and Mishlei. 3 of the 24 books of the Tanakh are attributed to King Solomon.